So I'll set these top ones up. I'll put this link pipe in as well. I've got this feed from this pipe upwards. That feed I've dug in under the road, and it does that little bit there as well. And then that feed is a 1-inch pipe that runs all the way down and all the way down to the lake. I'll show you that in a minute. And I did have a dead stop in here, and then I had a separate line just here where there's a T, and it runs off down there, and then it runs off down behind the building and all the way down the back. I'll show you in a minute. So here we are on just the other side of where I was just now, just over there. This is the 1-inch feed pipe that runs across here. I've dug it in under the road here, and yeah, that's a direct pipe that goes all the way down to the pump, right down the bottom of the hill. That's working well. So here I am down the bottom there. I was up there just now. So you can see what I've done here. We've got a separate feed. I call that the chili run, because up there on the right hand side of that blue pipe we're going to plant chilies. This is the feeder pipe here that runs up, and that's just a blank pipe that runs up, and I can obviously differentiate between the three, so I can just shut that off or shut that off down to the pump. So I was just over there just now, over there. This is all the bottom bit. As you can see, this gets a fair bit of water, and it's a little bit lower, so the ground holds the water a bit better. I've got 3 taps here. That one there does these ones here. That tap there was a feed for those large sprinklers I had, these ones here. That feed there, that continues on down here to the other side of the glorious mango tree. Wow. And then it continues on. I've got another feed just there, which I also use to irrigate up the top there with those large irrigators for the ploughed ground. Look at this here. Wow, I'll show you. Hang on. I don't want to get soaking wet. There's a tap just in there. In fact, there's 3 taps. I'll sneak around the back there actually. Getting wet. These teak trees are just lovely. Right, so you can see we've got a tap here. Now that one feeds all these teak trees and everything down the bottom here. There's a tap just there. That goes up the hill and then does that left-hand turn just about here somewhere, and that irrigates these line of teak and tamarind, and also that line across here. This 2-inch blue pipe's got another tap on it, and that's the one that I'm going to turn on in a minute, and that does that hedge line behind the I'm getting wet. Does the hedge line behind the shed. I mean, look at the height of that. I mean, that's at my sort of eye level there. I mean, this is going to be really nice here. A nice little teak enclave. Fuck yeah. I mean, that one there, that's the biggest one we've got. I mean, that's like, I should think that's nearly 10 feet now. So yesterday evening, Fon and I cut all this. Well, Fon did the strimming, and I went round with the shears just on this sort of bottom bit. And look at this lovely grass. This is all just natural. I haven't planted any of this. This has all just come up. Look at that. It's a bit coarse, but when it's chopped down, it's really lovely underfoot. It's really nice. And obviously that's the same in there once we trim all that. but we're fairly limited on time because it just gets so blooming hot. So I was down there just now, and I put this row of things in here, as you know, because the house is obviously going to go here, and I wanted to protect my view. I didn't really want to look at that sort of resort over there, although there's hardly anybody ever there, and when they are there, they're just sort of a nice, sort of quiet Bangkok couple, you know. Don't make any noise, no parties, not a party sort of resort. There's only one or two exclusive little places. Very nice. Yeah, but my house I always thought was going to go here somewhere. So obviously, you know, looking out that way, I didn't want to see him. But then all of a sudden, this guy built his house. So I extended it from here to about here. So when I'm in my house directly behind me, I can't see him over there. I am going to plant some more here. I've decided when we got time. A lot of my time at the moment is spent with the shed. So this is that other blue run. It comes up a 2-inch pipe, and it basically feeds all this hedge along here that I planted. Obviously once that hedge has matured, this will, well, it's virtually ripping itself down in the wind anyway. Well, this is what we've been busy with, doing this. Got another coat of paint to go on. Going to do a pastel green here as a bit of an experiment. So coming along, we did the inside yesterday. That's had one primer coat and 2 other coats of the diamond shield or whatever it was. Yeah, very happy with this. I'm tempted to paint the floor. I'm going to investigate about a floor paint, whether it's cost effective or not. But it would be quite nice to have a floor paint in here. But obviously I don't want to be spending more and more money.